Hey everybody, welcome back. So today we have an Infinity Nikki video where I'm going to go over the new gameplay feature that has been added in the second half of version 2.5. It's called Soft Fragrance. And so I'm going to be going over what it is, how to do it, how to get the recipes for the incenses, burner locations, shop locations, everything that you need to know. And so let's get right into it. So basically what this is, it's a new gameplay feature called Soft Fragrance. So what there's going to be, there's going to be these incense tables. So I'm standing near one right now, and there are a ton of them placed around the Boneyard. So if you go up to one, so let's say there's one right here on the map, and I go through each one of them later. It'll be in the timestamps if you want every location. But let's say you go up to one here. You press view, you have two options. You can view or switch. Right now I have an incense going, so I can view them. So this is going to give you a list of all of the different areas that have one of the incense burners, or diffusers is what they call them. So each one of mine currently has an incense there, and it will tell you when there's going to be a reward, how much longer it takes, and so on. You can look to see what the estimated rewards are. So like for this one here, I'm using an Umbrella Dance Essence, and then you can click on it and it says I could get either 0 to 3 kilograms of the umbrella fish or whichever. And there's this one here that says I can get either 1 to 0 of the Boneflame blooms, 1 to 0 of the Windspin flowers, 1 to 2 of the pearled spiders. So each type of incense has a different material that is attached to it. Some of them will give you materials such as the Plumeveil feather, whereas some will actually have Esselings come up. So if you choose one like this here, when you place it down, Esselings will actually pop up, and then you'll have to fight them to get the materials. All right, so next is crafting incense. So basically there are going to be crafting tables. You can see them because it looks kind of like a stone table on the map. So there is one over in this area, the healing ground. There's one over here in the Great Lumieville. There's also one down here in the Cultivarium, down in this area here. So I'm currently at this one right here. And then you walk up to it, you press craft incense. So you have two different sections here. One is incense material. When you open it, it gives you a list of all the materials that you have. You can go ahead then, and if you want to just kind of try to craft it yourself, you can do so. If you don't, we can go to the Incense Journal. And this is where all the recipes are going to be located. So in the open world, the game gives you the recipe for each one of the strong. So there's 19 altogether, and so there's 19 strong recipes scattered around the Boneyard. In this video, I do go over where each one is located, so you can check that out in the timestamps below. We will go over that in this video. And then you have to try to figure out the weak and the normal. So let's say that you have the strong for the Umbrellabloom incense, but you don't have the normal one, right? So it kind of gives you an idea. So it says that it's made primarily from sweet dust and verdant bracken. This incense smells light and sweet dew. So basically what it's telling you is that those are the two ingredients that you need. And you just need more than the weak version. So what I've done to craft the weak version is I took the two main ingredients, which are the two listed here, and I added extra. So let's say we'll go ahead and craft the weak version and see how it only needs 3. So we'll just do like 5 and 5, right? And then you mix them together, and then it'll make you do like a little mixy mix. And then see, now I have the normal incense. And if you're wondering how I figured out the weak version, so basically it kind of like tells you. So see how it says that it's made. So now I'm using the one for Windflame essence. So see how it says that it's made primarily from cloud cap shroom and red pheasant tail. So those are the two ingredients that you need. So red cap shroom and pheasant tail. Unfortunately, I do not have enough cloud cap shrooms to be able to do this. But if I did, I would just put those in together in the mixing bowl. For the weak version, you want to I put honestly just like one in. I've seen some people say to use 3. And then for the normal, you use 5. And then for the strong, we already have the recipe from the open world. So for the ingredients, you'll probably have noticed that there are ingredients listed that you may not have. So like pink star bloom or the cloud cap shrooms and so on. So there are 3 merchants in the open world. One of them is right here on the map. So right in Great Lumieville near this Incense Workstable. This is her here. And you'll talk to her and you can take a look at her shop. I already bought everything for the day, but she will sell you ingredients that you need. I just went ahead and purchased everything. You will be able to purchase more the next day. So once the next day and Infinity Nikki comes for me, I'll be able to purchase this again. And then you can talk to her again. So let's go to exchange Incense Burners. And then you can actually exchange with her if you would like. So let's say I want to like exchange these here. So I have a bunch of them here. And we can go ahead and trade. And then she gave me a bunch of ingredients. So if you want to know more about it, so if you give the completed incense burner to the merchant to receive the main ingredients in return, the amount depends on the burner's potency. So details, if you give Plumeveil Homecoming Essence Strong to receive Dragon's Breath Flower 2 and Wild Daisy 1. So it just depends on what the strength is that you gave her. And you'll know by the strength because it actually like tells you. So these ones are this is strong. And then we have like strong, normal. So it will just tell you when you click on it. And then these normal, weak, and so on. So I can go ahead and trade with her. Ones that maybe I like don't want. Maybe I made too many of them. Because actually there was one that I made like so many of and I really did not need them. I was trying to figure out some recipes and it just like was not working for me. So yeah, I made way too many of these guys. Way too many. So then I'm going to go ahead and trade with her. And then I get some ingredients back. So for the merchants, the first one, like I mentioned, is going to be in the Great Lumieville. So this is the area here. I'll zoom out so you can see like a little bit better. And I'll zoom back in. So this is where she's located. This is her right here. She's near another merchant. He's not part of it. He doesn't sell you the ingredients for he sells you some of them that you can use, but his doesn't refresh. Only the girls over here does. Hers will refresh, so just keep that in mind. And then the other merchants, so there is going to be one over in this location, so we'll go over and see him right now. All right, so we took the Cultivarium Warp Spire, so this one right here, and then you're just gonna wanna kind of run over this way and run up here, and this is him here, Perkham. So this is a merchant. You can go ahead and talk with him. And then I already bought everything for today. But the same thing, you can buy ingredients from him. And then you can also, if you want to exchange the burners like we did with the other merchant, you can definitely do so. There is a craft incense, like a work table here. Same thing. So your ingredients, your incense journal, all that fun stuff there. There's also a burner over here as well. And then like you'll see when I show where the recipes are, there's going to be a recipe like right here. So this is a really good spot. And then our next merchant is located over in the healing grounds. So over this way. So we're going to take the healing grounds warp spire. All right. So we're in the healing grounds. You're going to want to head over underneath like the rock cave. Oh my gosh, I thought I was just about to. That scared me. Yeah, so you're going to want to head over this way. Over this way. There's also an incense burner here, which I will show a bit later as well, but just in case you want to see that. They are actually up here, and it's Nif. So this is the other merchant. And I don't know if I bought from him today. I did. Okay, so yeah, so some more ingredients here. The same with trading. You can trade the incense with Nif as well, or Neef. There's also a crafting bench here. So basically where the benches are is where the merchants are. There's only 3 of them. And then this is another crafting bench. As you know, there is the incense over there. And yeah, so this is where you can get your ingredients. If not from them, then the rest will be from the open world. All right, so I just wanted to go over the incense themselves. So basically, each incense, basically what it does is it attracts that, like, for example, the pearled nest incense attracts the pearled spider. So when you use it, you are going to get pearled spiders. And then when you use, let's say, the Plumeveil homecoming incense, you're going to get Plumeveil feathers. When you use the Emberpaw incense, you're going to get Emberpaw fur balls. For Stag incense, you're going to get the sprout antler fur, as well as the leaf antler fur. So you kind of get the idea. The Glimmerdrift incense gives you Glimmerdrifts. The Umbrella Dance gives you Umbrella Fish. The Bannerwave gives you Bannerfish, and then so on and so forth. So they are giving you materials. Some of them, so let's say we're talking about the Drifting Mirage incense. So it's going to give you Restful Knot as well as Brooding Knot. Because this one, the incense is giving you materials that you would get from Esselings. When you place the incense on the burner, it will actually make Esselings pop up. So I'll show you. So for placing the incense on the burners, there are going to be a bunch of the incense burner stands around the Boneyard. I will have them all timestamped below. I'm just placing that at the end of the video. So if there's one specifically you're looking for, I will have that timestamped. But for this here, so you'll walk up to it. Make sure you already have all the incense that you want to burn already made, because there is no way to make one here, at least. And then you will interact with it. For mine, I already have one already on there, so I'm just going to press switch so that I can show you how to place it. So while you're placing it, you're going to see all of them listed here. It will tell you what you would get down here. So as I'm clicking it, it's showing me what my estimated rewards will be. So one thing to let you guys know is that some of the incense can't be burned at specific burners. So as you see, like for the Umbrella Dance incense, it can't be burned at this location. You can only use the ones like the other ones here. These ones have to be burned at a different location, most likely near water, since they are fish. So you can't be doing that. And these here, the Glimmerdrifts, are also attracted to water, so you can't use it at this incense. But it will tell you what you can and cannot use here. So yeah, so this here I wouldn't be able to use, but if I wanted to use, let's say, this one here, the Drifting Mirage Incense Strong, I can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to actually switch this out. So I'm going to press confirm. And then when you try switching it, it will have this pop up here that says that you have a fragrance that's still diffusing. Switching will discard and place incense burner and collect current rewards. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then, like I mentioned, see how there's a bunch of Esselings here? So sometimes that does happen, and then you will have to fight them. So I'm just going to use the alt because I'm lazy and I just want to use the alt. Uh, and there we go. So those are our rewards instantly, which is really nice. Sometimes, so let's say you do one that's, where is it? Where is it here? This one here. Let's say we use this one with the Emberpaw, so we'll click OK. and you see that the rewards automatically show up. So see how there's like the 2 cats and then also the flower here. So then you can just go ahead and like groom the cats to get the materials, and then you can pick up the flower. There's also a flower over this side too, which is really nice. And then I'm just trying to show you guys a bunch of them and like what they do. Um, let's say you want to use, I can't use that one here. Let's say you want to do like these beetles here. So I'll go ahead and switch it out. And as you see, so the beetles are actually nearby. I'll use the bug catching ability to show you. And as you see at the side, I was able to catch them. So sometimes that does happen. Make sure to keep an eye out. There will be a pop-up when it does happen. So like it will tell you right here. Like see how they like showed up. And it's really nice because they actually don't like run away, which is really cool. And you can just go ahead and like groom them or pick up whichever materials. And if you want to check if any of your incense have collected any materials, you can go up to any of the burners. So you can go up to one, press view, and then press view again. And then you'll go here and it will tell you if there are rewards. So mine don't have any rewards yet, but if it did, you could just collect them. All right, so now I'm gonna go over each one of the recipe locations. If there's one in particular that you're looking for, just check out the timestamps below and let's get right into it. All right, and so for the recipe, this one here is located at Lakeshore Camp. So just take this warp spire, it's underneath the tent here. So there's the warp spire over there, tents here, and this is where the recipe is located. And then for this one, it is the Emberpaw Breeze Incense. For this recipe, it is located near the Whisper Wind Slope. So just take this warp spire and it's in this area here. So the warp spire is there. It's in this like building area. Just walk up to it. And this one is the Forest Stag Incense Strong. All right, and for our next one, you're going to want to head into the Hall of Return. So it is in here, and this is the location. So it's near the kind of like this white tree over here. You walk up the stairs, and then you'll see it sitting on this table here. And this one is for Bannerwave Incense Strong. All right, so next for our recipe, we're going to be heading over to Lumieville. I just took the Great Lumieville Plaza elevating platform. And then right here where my arrow is, that's where you're going to want to be. And this is where the recipe is. And then this is for the Aromancer's Note Creatures 1. And then it tells you how to prepare. So to prepare the Plumeveil Homing Incense Strong, the following ingredients are required: wild daisy, dragon breath flower, pink star bloom, and sweet dust. For our next one, we're going to want to head over right here. We're still in the Lumieville area. This is where McGill is. So this is just like where he hangs out. And then the recipe is right here on the desk. So this one is for the Emberpaw Waltz Incense Strong, and then this is what you'll need for it. For this recipe, it is in the Healing Ground, so just take the Healing Ground Warp Spire and walk over to this little section of land here, and it will just be sitting on the ground here. And this one is the Drifting Mirage Incense. For our next location, we are heading over to the Healing Ground. So you could just take the Healing Ground Warp Spire, and it is in this location where my arrow is. And it is just where all these people are. It's near like the bones where those birds are. So those are the bones with the birds. And then this is the area. And this is the recipe right here on the crates. And it's for the Candletear Bloom Essence. For our next location, we are right here where my arrow is in the blue pools. I took the Soul Tide Warp Spire and just walked on over to this area here. Once you're there, this is the location here. It's just like in this little building here. And then it's sitting on top of these crates or whichever. And this one is the Glimmerdrift Incense Strong. For our next recipe, it is right here in the middle of the blue pools. Honestly, I just used the new kind of like floating guiding feature of the new archery outfit to go over, but you could probably use the boat and row over. There's a couple, I'm sure there's a few ways to get on over here, but I found the easiest way. You could just use the boat. That's also easy. And there will be Esselings here, so just beware. And then this one is the Pearled Nest Incense Strong. For our next recipe, we're heading over again to the Blue Pools East Cultivarium Ferry. So just take this warp spire. Once you're there, walk straight this way inside this like little area. And then the recipe is sitting on this bookshelf. And this is for the Dragonspine Growth Incense. For our next one, you're going to want to take the Tide Foam Beach Lookout Bay Warp Spire and then just walk on over and you'll see it sitting right on the table here. And this one is for the Umbrella Dance Incense Strong. For our next one, we're going to be heading over in this area, so near the Blue Pools again. But I would use the Blue Pools North Healing Ground Ferry, and then it's right near the drift boat. So right when you get off end up at the warp spire, you're just gonna walk forward, and it's right near the boat. So this is the boat right here, and it's inside here, sitting on where is it? Sitting on this table or crates or whichever. And then it's called the Glacial Gleam Incense. For the next one, it is located right here near the Cultivarium. I would just take the Cultivarium Warp Spire and then walk on over. It's near one of the Incense Worktables. And it's right here. I did already pick this up, but it's for the Umbrellabloom Incense. All right, for our next one, it's not too far from the last one that we just went to. So it is in the same area, the Cultivarium. You could take either the Cultivarium Coast or the Cultivarium Warp Spire here. But it's right near the one that we were just at with the incense table. So this is the location, just right here, and it's on this crate. And it's called Windflame Incense. So for our next recipe, we're going to be heading over to the Soul Observatory. I did take this warp spire here and then walked on over. So it is in this area here. So this is where like the circle is, and then the recipe is located on the ground. So this one is for the Darkleaf Surge Incense. Our next recipe is over here near Hollow Breath Passage. I took the Forgotten Pass Dragon's Lair Peak, and then I just walked on over and this is where it's located. So in this kind of like cave area with the dragon bones and everything, and it's just sitting on this table here. And then this is for the Beetle Tail Incense. For our next location, we're going to be heading over in this area here. So it's near the Forgotten Pass Dragon's Lair Peak. You can honestly take either warp spire. So you can take this one here, or you can take this one here, the Soul Spring Lake. And then I just used one of those flying dragon things, like the statues, to fly up and then get up on this area here. So it is up on the ledge here, as you can see. And then it's just right in this area. And for this recipe, it is the Frostbone Incense Strong. For this recipe, we're going to be taking the Lone Stone Shore warp spire. And then once you're there, just go on over this way, and right on this crate here, you'll see a recipe. And this one is for Phantomfin Incense. For our next recipe location, it's going to be in the Dragon Ruins. So just take the Dragon Ruins warp spire, and then it is located on top of this pillar right here. I just highly recommend taking one of those, like, I know what they're called, like the floating things that make you fly in the air. So if you do that, you'll help you like go float in the air, and then you can just like kind of fly on over. So I'll show you how I was able to do it, just in case you are not sure. So I just went like this. I scooted around like that, and then it's right here. And there we are. And then for this recipe, it's the Plumeveil Bloom Essence Strong. All right, so for each of the recipes, I'm going to show you them. I'm not going to commentate. I'm just going to show you what I used. The number on the right side is how many I used. As you see, I didn't use 203. I used 6. So just in case you're wondering, so I'm just going to click on them and go through them. There is one I wasn't able to get because I don't have enough of the materials, but just know that for this one, I would have just used 5 and 5. So now I'm going to go into where all the diffusers or incense burners are located around. I'm also going to be writing at the side which one of the incense you can actually burn there, just so you have an idea. All right, so for this incense diffuser, you're going to want to head over to the Dragonrest Flowerfield. I recommend taking the Whisperwind Slope Warp Spire. You can take the one down here as well. You'll just have to run up to it, so it just takes a little bit longer. But this is the location, and then you can walk up to it, add one of your incense. So I'm going to go ahead and add, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I'll add the Pearled Nest Incense Strong, and then you get the estimated rewards within 48 hours. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then you can even view it afterwards. So you can view it. So it tells you everything about it, the current rewards. So I have I guess one of them here, and then it tells you how long, and so on. So that is that. You can click on view again. You can also switch it. So if you no longer want this incense here, you can just switch it. And yeah, so that is the first location. All right, so for our next location, we're going to be heading over near the Great Lumieville. I used the outskirts hillside meadow warp spire and then just walked on over to where my person is here. So it's right where the arrow is on the map. So I'll zoom out just so you can see a bit better. And then this is the location, what it looks like. So it's near like this white tree here. And then you can do the same thing as before. You can walk up and place the burner. So I'm going to go ahead and place this one here. And there we are. All right, so for our next location, we are heading right over here. It's the incense burner near the outskirts market. So this is where it's located on the map. And then this is where it looks like here. So it's near these shops here where you enter and you can walk on in. So you can walk up to it. I already have one placed here. So this list here is just where all the incense burner locations are. So as you place an incense burner, it will give you rewards. So yeah, I already have one placed, but this is the location. All right, so our next location is near the healing grounds. You can just take the healing ground warp spire and then walk on in. It's underneath this like cave area. So this is the location on the map. This is it here. You can walk up and place one of the incense. So I'm going to go ahead and do, I don't even know, maybe this one here, which is for the umbrella fish. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so for our next location, we are in the Dragon Ruins. So just take the Dragon Ruins Warp Spire and walk over to this little direction here. I have it marked down, and this is the location here. So it's near the Dragon Bones, kind of. And then you can just add your incense. So let's go ahead and choose one, and we'll just do this. Oh, and I should have done that because it gave me a bunch of enemies. Oopsie. Oopsie, oopsie. I should have been more careful which one I chose. All right, let's see. Let's view it. And I don't think I want to switch it out here. No, we're good. We're good. Okay, perfect. All right, so for our next one, we're going to be heading over to the Cultivarium. So it is right here where the work table is. So you can just take the Cultivarium Warp Spire and then walk on over. And this is the location. So in this location, there's also a crafting table, a merchant to buy ingredients for. There's also a recipe here, which I showed a bit earlier. And then this is the diffuse. So you can just go ahead and choose one. There we go. For the next one, we're still in the Cultivarium area. So it is just on this little island here. Truthfully, I kind of floated over, but there's these little like dragon things that you can take. These, sorry, not, I keep calling them dragon, or I guess they are dragons. These like statues, and you can kind of fly over. Um, but yeah, so it's right here, and then we can just add one of these guys here. So let's do the umbrella dance, and there we are. All right, so for our next one, I'm just going to show you exactly how to get there. So take the Great Lumieville Plaza Elevating Platform Warp Spire. Once you're there, head onto the elevating platform and then go up. And where we're going is we're going to this, or wait, this one here. So this is the one we're going to. So I'm just going to track it to make it a bit easier, hopefully. And basically you're going to want to run up these stairs and run up this way. And it is right over here. There it is. I've already added something on there, but you can go ahead and place yours. So for our next one, we are in Dragon's Lair Peak. We're going to want to head over here on the other side of the water. So I'm going to go this way. And we already took the warp spire, so that's where we're starting off from. And we're basically just going to cross the water. Hopefully we make it without dying. There we go. Perfect. And it is located right here. We can go ahead and add something. Maybe I'll just do something like this. And then for our last one, we have the blue pools. So this is the location right here. It's near the blue pools east. I just took this warp spire here, the blue pools east cultivarium ferry. So I just took it and then ran on over to this location. So you can put a little marker there. And this is the location here. And then you can add your incense. So now let's get into the rewards. So for doing the incenses and all that stuff, we do get rewards. So if you head over to a crafting table, like I am, and click on Incense Journal, you will see down here a little button that says rewards. So you get rewards every time you collect one of the recipes. So, or not each time, sorry. But you do get some diamonds for collecting the recipes. You also get a title. So it's called Tireless Incense Seeker. And then also for placing them, you can get some rewards as well. There's also an incense work table that you can place, I guess, at your home. It's furniture. We also have a incense burner sketch. There's also an aroma floor cushion sketch. There's some diamonds here. So just by completing these, so by crafting all strong creature friendly incense burners, you'll get this here. Craft 3 strong dark luring incense burners. It'll be here. And if you're wondering what these are, I did place them for the recipes. I did put that at the end of the name. If it's a dark luring or if it's nature infused, so that you know what recipes are what. So if you're wondering, just go back in the video and it will tell you just underneath the recipe, or next to the name, sorry, it will tell you. I wrote it there. So Yeah, so just do all these. You can get some rewards here, and yeah. All right, so I'm just testing that if you use one of the plants, if you're able to use the fairy ability to bring them back to harvest them again. So I have some here. I placed one of the incense here. So I placed the Dragonspine growth incense, and then it popped up a couple of Dragonspine stems here. So we can go ahead and use the little fairy or the oh, it didn't even collect them. Interesting. And then if I try to bring them back, it doesn't work. And then just to show that it works on normal ones, we have a bunch over here, for example. So like, see, you can pick them and then you can bring them back. So it looks like for the incense, you're not able to use the firefly or fairy or whatever you want to call it. You can't use that ability. It won't work. Well, everybody, that is it for today's video. I really tried to get everything I could possibly think of in this video that is in relation to the new incense burners and for the soft fragrance gameplay. Just a reminder, this is a permanent gameplay, so it will always be in the Boneyard. But that is everything for me today. If you did find it helpful, I would love and appreciate if you could like and subscribe. It really does help. And I will see you later. Bye.